Hello, everyone. It's Rabbi Rosen here. I hope you are doing well. With each day, the days become longer, more vaccines are available. There is hope and redemption on the horizon. And speaking of those themes, it's fair to ask why it is that we have so much about Egypt in our tradition, so much of a focus on the experience of slavery and Exodus. It's in the prayers every single day. And of course, there is Passover, each year returning to the same themes. I'm especially taken by the power of the ceremony of remembering the 10 plagues, much of which is recalled in this week's Torah portion of Va'era. Both the spilling of a bit of wine from our cups of joy as a way of saying that we need to always have empathy when suffering is a part of our experience of going free, but at the same time remembering the power of the plagues, the specific nature of those plagues. Remembering, for example, that the first plague of blood specifically attacks the Nile River as a way of saying to Pharaoh, you wish to throw the Israelite babies into that river to drown them. Here, the river will have its own message of death for you. And the theme of the beasts. You act like a beast, and there will be a plague taking your own beasts. Harsh to be sure, but meant to be a reminder that in this world, injustice, at the end of the day, has a way of devouring itself. It does not have the legs to stand on forever. And so we have that reminder. I'm struck by just how little attention has been paid to the birthday, the national holiday of Martin Luther King's birthday this coming week in light of everything that has happened. But I hope that we might take to heart so much about King's message for us, because it's not only about racial justice, it's about a vision of America and really ultimately the world. The idea that redemption is a long arc in history, righteousness has that kind of characteristic, but ultimately we are capable of seeing it to fruition. King truly believed that in a free society, nobody is free until everybody is free. And we are also reminded that one of the last public appearances that King made was to the Rabbinical Assembly National Convention in 1968, where, for the first time in his life, he heard the words and the melody to We Shall Overcome in Hebrew, Anu Nitgaber, knowing and stating that having heard that beautiful spiritual in the language of the original Exodus, made more of a connection for him than almost any other experience he had with listening to that song. And so let us always remember the dream. Always remember that justice, redemption is and will always be something we can work together to achieve. As King said in his famous speech, I have a dream, that one day there will be a time when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the spiritual of old, free at last, thank God Almighty, we are free at last. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may it be God's will in our doing speedily in our time. Thank you and Shabbat Shalom.